Stay tuned as we check out this Marvel Legends Nighthawk from the Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure wave. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today our Marvel Legends reviews continue with this Avengers wave, this Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure wave, and in front of me we have another comic book character to look at. It is of course Nighthawk. Now this is Nighthawk in his more classic looking outfit with that crazy hood that helps him fly. There are different versions of Nighthawk and I'll try my best to explain who this one represents in the Who Is He segment, so stay tuned for that. But I think it's a very nice looking sort of Defenders era Nighthawk that will fit nicely on your comic display. Now the box looks nice and full as we do get that giant propeller blade weapon for Thanos that we're yet to see how he uses in Endgame. And of course we get an arm for Thanos up there as well. So Nighthawk doesn't come with any accessories as such, but still looks nice. On the side of the box we get a promo picture. On the back we get another promo picture. And then as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure. Today we're looking at Nighthawk. So there we go. Let's see how he looks. And here we have Nighthawk out of the box. No accessories apart from this giant cape, and it doesn't touch the floor, so you can't use the cape to help the figure balance. And it's very back heavy. So I don't know if you can tell, but I've sort of got him leaning forward like a foot in front of the other to sort of help the balance, which is a little bit frustrating because as I know this isn't going to work well next to other figures on the shelf, as this is going to take a lot of real estate. It's going to push figures away. But I'll get into that in a minute. The accessories he does come with are both for the Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure, and just look how big that propeller weapon is. It's taller than an actual figure. Yet to see Thanos use this. Hopefully we'll find out in Endgame. It just looks like a razor or a propeller or something like that, but still looks vicious. And then we've got the other arm. So subscribe to the channel as always. Come back once I've reviewed all, and there he goes. Once I've reviewed all the figures in this wave, as I will review Thanos. So yeah, there you go. That's how I was standing him. I had to get him leaning forward because the cape was too back heavy, but it works if you get him leaning forward. So if I take the cape off real quick, you can see it's got a peg there. And it's moulded really well, don't get me wrong, it's a nice mould and it's very accurate to the comics. I'll explain in a minute, but in the comics, the cape is a feature of Nighthawk. But the figure itself, if we just have a quick look at that, it's on a Bookie Cat body. So if you're a Marvel Legends collector and you don't have a Bookie Cat body, then who are you really? Are you even a collector? But my one's just a little sloppily painted in places, like the little fake Wolverine claws. A little, you can sort of see the blue plastic underneath, so they weren't yellow plastic or originally, or yellow or orange maybe. And then there's a few splotches on the chest piece, nothing major. Again, I hate griping about tiny things like that, but there are a few splotchy pieces, but other than that it's just blue. And is it orange, orangey yellow, I guess? The colour's accurate to the character, to be fair. Quick look at that head sculpt. Definitely doesn't look like just a generic head. He's definitely pulling some sort of expression there. And you can see the little white eyes underneath those eyebrows. But yeah, it's decent enough. It does the job. It's who it's meant to be. So yeah, I'm not going to go over articulation for a Bookie Cat body, but it's standard Marvel Legends articulation, so I'm sure you'll be happy with it. And again, peg hole in the back, so you can put the head through the hole. You don't even need to take the head off. You plug in the cape. But as I've said, it doesn't touch the floor. So even from the back here, if you wanted to lean, it's going to look a bit silly. So you're going to have to get your balancing skills on show, or maybe get them on a flight stand to get it to sort of displayed with your defenders or whatnot. But it will balance, and it looks good when it's balanced, but like I said, it's going to take up a lot of real estate on your shelf. So let's get into it, shall we? Because a lot of people may not know Nighthawk, and I prefer his modern costume, to be honest, but this is very classic, so I'm sure you Defenders fans will be happy. So let's get into it, shall we? Let me try my best to explain Nighthawk. Who is he?
This is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is he? And I try and give you a little bit of information about the character this figure is inspired by. So, Nighthawk, who is he? There has been many versions of Nighthawk, but the original was a villain turned hero. His name was Kyle Richmond, and he first appeared in the Avengers 69 in October of 1969. Thanks to a potion, Kyle possesses some sort of superhuman abilities, but only from dusk till dawn. He also uses his giant cape of some sort of artificial wing system. Nighthawk was also one of the early members of the Defenders.
There you go, so I hope that helped. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a little bit of information about the characters these figures are inspired by. And as mentioned, this is his classic looking outfit. I do actually prefer, and I would have liked a figure of his more modern outfit from the comics. It's a little bit darker and it's got more of a hawk theme to it, shall we say. So yeah, maybe Google that, maybe I'll throw up a picture, but I would have liked to see a version of that. But again, classic looking figure, no one's going to complain about that. He's going to fit in many places in your display, again, if you can find room. So let me compare him to another figure that I instantly thought of, another figure with Hawk in the name as well. Let's bring in Darkhawk, because he also takes up a bit of real estate on the shelf with his wings. So again, posing these two next to each other is going to be a little bit difficult on your shelf. Nighthawk and Darkhawk, but still, I do like Hawks, so I've got them both. Let's bring him back into the middle. And again, he's been part of different versions of the Defenders. I know he's definitely been in a team with Hellcat. And I don't have many other of the classic comic book figures like the Doctor Strangers and stuff like that. I didn't want to reopen my Silver Surfer. But he does remind me of Daredevil. As I've mentioned, he's, to be honest, his Marvel's rip-off of Batman. Marvel will never admit that, but that was their intention when they made Nighthawk. But he's like Daredevil, he's a street-level vigilante, but he can only work at night, obviously, due to that weird potion that he drank. But yeah, he's definitely a street-level character. And there are multiple versions. As I said, this is just I'm just talking about the 616 universe, but there are many different other universe versions of Nighthawk that have come around. But yeah, I like the figure. Again, the cape looks a bit goofy, but it is comic accurate. It helps him fly and stuff like that. You just need to find room for him on your shelf. So you let me know in the comments below, what did you think of Nighthawk? Are you a fan of the character? Did you even know who he was? But I'm sure any old school Marvel comic reader is going to know who this guy is, whether they like the character or not. But I very much so like him. Just need to get him to balance. I shouldn't have touched him ever. Should have left him how he was. Let's bring in Hercules. Another one of the comic characters I've reviewed from this wave so far. And so far so good. Again, I don't know why people are not talking highly of this wave. So far so good. Let's bring in some others. I've got them all on the floor around me, so I won't get them all to stand now on camera, will I? Let's just bring in two more. Let's bring in two of my favourites from the MCU versions anyway, for Ebony Maw and Ronan. But you let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Nighthawk? Are you a fan? As always, people, hit the videos tab, go and check out my other reviews. And as always, please, 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 hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. And of course, I shall see you on the next one.